Greetings, Meg. Caitlin, you can, yes.
Yeah, hey, can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay. Hi, Megan. I know that some teams more than others focus on preparing for specific opponents. And I'm just wondering, first of all, to what extent you guys do that in general. And then second, how you prepare for an opponent like Kansas City that literally just didn't exist last year.
For Kansas City, we don't really know what they're going to do or what they're about or any of those things. So for us, it's just all about being. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're quiet, but I can hear you.
I can try and put this closer. Does that help?
Yeah, that's good.
For us, it's just making sure that we're doing the things that we need to do. And that's a really cool position to be in, actually, is if we're able to focus on the things that we want to do every single game this year, then by the end of the year, hopefully we're doing those things at top-notch level. So, you know, we're excited for Kansas City to come, but there's nothing in particular that we're doing to prepare for that opponent.
Next, we'll go to Annie Peterson.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, I'm trying to unmute. I still can't figure out this technology thing. Today it was announced that the NWSL and the NWSLPA are, opening negotiations or have opened negotiations on a collective bargaining agreement. And I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on what you've seen in the bargaining process so far. Have you seen anything, and just your general reaction to a possible CBA in the NWSL and how important that is?
Absolutely. I haven't been involved thoroughly in the process. We have, certain players within the league that are really spearheading that, and it's really amazing to watch and see them do this work on behalf of everybody. I know when I was part of the WNT player representatives, that for us, preparing and going into a collective bargaining agreement was a lot of effort, a lot of time. Preparation was so key leading up to those moments. And I'm just really proud of the players and the union and the leadership from the players to drive this forward, because a league that is better, for everybody that is playing in it is certainly going to be better for everyone that comes after us as well. So I think we love to play soccer. We're passionate about it. We want to be, soccer players for as long as we can, but also we know that we're leaving a legacy behind. And this is one way that we can ensure that sports for women is left in a better place than when we found it. And that's really cool.
A reminder to media to please raise your hand if you have a question. Next, we'll go to Grant Little.
Hi, Megan. When you guys beat Utah last season, you won 3-0, and it was in the fall series, and the Thorns found a lot of success pressing high up the pitch and then combining on the left. Obviously, it's a new Kansas City, and you can't really prepare because you don't know what they're going to look like, but it did look like something that was a staple of the Thorns last season in creating chances. Is that something that you guys are looking to exploit in this first game?
Not in particular, Grant. We're just making sure that we're doing all of the principles that we talk about every day in practice, in meetings, and then they show up in games. For me, this first game is about making sure that our team, my team, feels confident enough to take the risks that we need to get better, but also to compete for the win. I think as long as we take care of our own business and follow through on the things that we've been working on for 9 weeks, then we'll create a lot of chances, and you'll see, some really amazing Thorns football. And that's ultimately the goal. And I don't think we're relying on anything from last year at all. This is a new year, new team, and we're making sure that all the things that we've been putting into practice in these weeks are going to show and come through in this first game.
Caitlin, you have your hand raised. I will call on you next.
I didn't mean to have my hand raised, but I have a very important question, which is just that a lot of your teammates have pets. People have dogs, people have cats, people have chickens. And I'm wondering, if you were stranded on a desert island, which one of those animals would you take with you for companionship?
Wait, I have to pick somebody.
Just one. You have to pick one.
No, I can't do that. You're trying to force division in the team before the game, and I cannot let that happen. They're all amazing. But if I had to choose, like in general, I would definitely choose a dog. Like there's just something special about having a, furry friend around.
Last question, Annie, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I actually have one more. You guys are heading into the 9th season of the WNSL. I can't talk. I'm sorry. I've been up since 5. The WSL over in Europe is also entering it's in its 10th season already. And I was just wondering, from your personal perspective as somebody who's been there since the beginning, did you think that this was going to last as long as it has? And did you think that women's soccer would rise to this point where 25,000 people, when there's fans, show up at Providence Park? What is your take on the trajectory of the sport, both here and abroad?
Yeah, I absolutely thought that would happen, because the quality of play and the quality of people in the league allows for that to happen. And I think the only thing that we've been missing is investment. And without serious investment in marketing and player recruitment and facilities and making sure we're getting in media spaces, all of these different areas, essentially we're just holding back an opportunity, an industry, like a sector, a growth sector that is just untapped. To me, this market's always been untapped, and it's just people are blinded by the status quo and blinded by old stereotypes about women and women in sport. I truly believe that sport is a microcosm of everything that happens in the world, and it shows up all of the black eyes and all of the prejudices and all of the discrimination that happens throughout the world becomes even more pronounced through sport, especially in sports that women play. So for me, Annie, this is definitely something that makes total sense. It's a market that people didn't believe in, not because it doesn't have potential, but because it's women playing sport.
Thank you, Megan.
Is that it?
That is it.
Where's my question from Lori Lindsay? What's this bullshit?
Ooh, do you have a rebuttal? Do you want to raise your hand to it? Nope, she's not. She's gonna pass.
Wow.
I'm not gonna put her on the spot.
Not what I expected.
Do you want me to put her on the spot, Kling?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, I'm gonna put her on the spot. Nope, that's wrong. That's Leo. Sorry, I'm not putting Leo on the spot. Putting Lori on the spot.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Kling.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. I was like totally creeping in for the game on Friday. I didn't know I was going to get called out. So good to see
Of course
you.
you are. I see, listen, big, beautiful Lori Lightning Lindsay on the side. And of course, I'm going to have to say hello. I was a little mad that you didn't say hi.
Oh my goodness. No, now I'm raising my hand at you, and that's a big wave. It's not actually a raising of the hand. I do actually have a question though. So in terms of and this is, I guess, more like on field, but in terms of the progression of the Thorns, like what are you most excited about? Last year, Mark Parsons talked about like, getting back to your old ways of like fighting and competing, kind of an underdog mentality. And this year, obviously, you've added the likes of Crystal Dunn, you'll have Becky Sauerbrunn, potentially the entire season outside of the Olympics, right? So you've added some quote unquote star power. So what are you most excited about with this group?
Yeah, I'm most excited about our higher purpose. I think when you have a higher purpose, then you have higher performance. And so for us, it starts with the culture at the Thorns and making sure that we have good people here that are doing good things within the team, on the field and off, and in the community as well. And then, you know, once you have that culture and create this really amazing culture that then, you know, is self fulfilling, and you bring in new people and they learn the culture, and then ultimately 20 years later there's this amazing culture that people want to be a part of. That's a legacy that you get to leave at your club. So for me, I think when we create this culture with this higher purpose, then that's certainly going to lead to more trust and accountability. And with trust and accountability, there's more feedback, and with more feedback, you know, there's more vulnerability, and with more vulnerability there's more growth. So for me, it's like this cycle of being able to get better and being able to be in a place where I feel like I'm growing as a person and a player. So that's certainly what I'm most excited about, because as you keep continuing to grow, as that's one of our, you know, main goals this year, then I think there's no limits for this group, and that's really exciting.
Thank you, Kling. That is our last question. We will next go to Mark Parsons.
Thanks all. Bye.
Thanks, Kling.